Hi, Carolyn for Carolyn Talks. This movie, I've seen this movie twice and it made me ball my eyes up both times. And I think this movie, as you said, it's a gift, and I think it really is. And I wanted to ask you about the two specific characters of Emma and Kyo, played by Zazie Beetz and
Mm,
Benedict Wong. I see them as gifts to Will as well because they challenge him in very specific ways. Emma, she challenges him to see himself in a better light. She challenges him to see himself outside of his own preperceptions and the mistakes that he believes he's made. And for Kyo, I see him as challenging Will to see other people outside of his own preconceptions and his own beliefs. And could you just tell me about working with these two amazing performers in the specific scenes? Because there's the final monologue, or as Edson called it, a dialogue
mm.
between Will and Emma. But then there's the scene where they're preparing the set for the beach, and Kyo is telling him, "You need to stop thinking in very specific ways. You need to expand your horizons." And he's telling him about these parallel universes. And I see that as him telling Will, see these people as parallel universes and the potential they have. So could you just tell me about those scenes and working with these two performers for those scenes?
Yeah, that's a great question. Big question. First off, working with them is exceptional. Benedict Wong, I had the pleasure of meeting him through Marvel, and I've always admired his work. And um, I admired his work from Marco Polo when he played Kublai Khan. So when I heard, like, it's actually Edson and I talked about him before Edson brought him in. He was like, I'm thinking about Benedict Wong as Kyo. And I was like, that's a great idea. We need that guy. Like, I've met him. He's an exceptional actor. Like, let's get that guy. You know what I mean? And then Zazie, like when I met Zazie, like Zazie is a super playful and open, and just like, if you throw her a big ball, she'll catch it and she'll throw it right back at you. And that's great acting. Great acting is balance, right? It's feeling safe enough to experiment and have someone return the energy. And that's what that was. And at every given moment, it was a give and take. Like, I would do things and she would just be like hurt. And then when it's her turn to like drive a scene, I'm sitting there. Like, there's that one scene. And I had a lot more moments of like emotional expression that didn't make it into the movie because it was a very direct and clear choice for Edson that we save all deep emotional expression for the end of the movie. He was like, this is great, this is it. But like, it's earned, but I need for people to just not have it until the end. And it was like, I need for it to not come out until the end. Like, it's a pressure cooker. It's a pressure cooker. And I don't want to like open that valve until the end at all. Not even a little psst, you know what I mean? We've all made oxtails, you know what I mean? Like, you don't, he's like, I don't want that to come out until the end. And that was tough. I still gave it. I still gave it to him. I still gave him those moments where, like, in the film, where a bit of emotion and would give you guys a little bit of a respite to be like, ah. But he was like, no, I want to hold it, and it paid off, And Zazie would hit me with some moments that were just like that. There's a moment where she's just reading me. But she's like, I think there's a person who is da 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 da. I was like, you need to stop ringing. You know what I mean? So she plays really well. Benedict plays really well. And, he and I would just rehearse a lot of our scenes right before we do it. We'd be outside, like going and doing like acting exercises like we were in grad school, because he comes from a theater background. And we were just like doing acting exercises outside, making sure that our chemistry was like potent. So once he got on camera, it worked. So we really worked like a theater company. And that was like my favorite aspect of doing this work, is that like I pushed for that. Edson was very accepting. And all of us really just like rallied around this project, saying like, we're willing to do whatever it takes. We did an extensive rehearsal process before this movie, which is not normal for every movie. Maybe rehearsals like 1 day, 2 days. We would rehearse for like a week and a half, and I showed up maybe 3 weeks before we were shooting, just to like stay in a cabin there in Utah and just work and be in conversation with Edson and come in and see the set that it was building and like familiarize myself with the rooms, build a relationship with the sets, all these kind of things. And yeah, so working with everyone was just, it felt like theater. And even though the crew isn't on camera, you could feel the crew in this movie, because the sets are so hyper realistic that could not have been done without really great set design. Like that room with all the cabinets and the filing things could not have been done without like the rest of the cast. And I call the crew of this movie the rest of the cast, you know what I mean? That's one thing. Working with them was incredible. What's the second half of your question? It was, what did I learn?
Yeah, what did you learn from the challenges that these two characters and these performers gave you? Because it seemed like a lot of it is a learning process for you personally as well while you were making the film.
Right. What did I learn? I mean, I just learned a lot of just being flexible and trusting that everyone else is going to come and give you what they can, and that they're going to be prepared. We didn't have any days on set where people like messed up lines. And we had 117 pages to get through in 23 days. No one came in, messed up lines, and that is normal. There's no judgment in anyone like not getting a line right. But it was a testament to how prepared everyone walked in, you know, to do the work. Sometimes we would get our shots done in 4 takes, because each take was just gold. So that angle, oh, cool, we're on Maria, Ariana Ortiz. And she's like, first take, second take, different things play, third take, fourth take. Moving on, checking the gate, next angle. So everyone showed up ready. You know, Tony Hale, every time he spoke, funny. Wasn't like, let me improv and figure this out. It was like all his things landed, really funny. Everyone showed up really, really prepared. And it was just a testament and to how excited and how much ownership I think we all felt like we had on this project. And that's you know, that comes with making a movie in that independent film model where you have more ownership. You know what I mean? Like, you're making it by hook or by crook. It's not a big budget, but it feels like a big budget because the quality of the work is so high. So yeah,